Shalom, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakak, Udash. I want to give double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and salutations and much love to the rest of you sincere Akim, pushing the word and truth and sincerity. This is the cleric Izar coming at you with another lesson. I am continuing in my lot to bring you my ongoing series from excerpts of Hollywood, This Factory of Perverseness, another observation of predictive programming, how art imitates life, and vice versa. Just a reminder, the purpose of my videos is to show correlations. A correlation is observation of a mutual relationship or connection between two or more things. I use movie scenes or films to extract or extrapolate a narrative. I'm not glorifying the Hollywood culture or life. I have a wide knowledge of films, whether it be foreign or domestic, and I just use snippets as an example to bring out similarities and those correlations. To quote Cecil B. DeMille, the greatest source of material for motion pictures is the Bible. I call this lesson, Women Will Be Bait in That Time. The image I have on display is from a film I watched in my past. Of course, being the truth, I reflected on this particular movie. The movie was released on May 7th, 2015. The title of it is Mad Max Fury Road, directed by George Miller. Basically, if you haven't seen any of the Mad Max film series, I want to say I've done several previous videos based on this particular film series because there's a lot of things that could be brought out on it. And we usually bring out, and when I say we, I'm talking about our elder apostles and on down, usually bring out the book of Eli when we talk about that one particular scene. And I might do a part 2 on it, believe it or not, this particular film, this particular video, I should say, Salakia. But anyway, in the book of Eli, there was a particular scene where there was a woman and she had a shopping cart that was turned over and had either food or water in it. And she was basically playing the victim to passerby. And she had men that were working with her to beat up the passerby to take their particular food and water. Okay. And that's basically the inspiration for this particular video. The fact that women will be bait in that time. And that time I'm talking about is going to be the time of Jacob's trouble. All right. When there's going to be a famine of food, famine of water and so forth, and basically you're going to see traps like this set up left and right. So basically in the movie Mad Max Fury Road, there was a time when the heroes of the story were traveling in their rig that you see in the picture in the foreground on the bottom left, and basically this woman was naked up there on this billboard and she was screaming help and everything else. And our hero, played by Tom Hardy, played the hero of Max or Mad Max. He had mentioned that that was bait, and he was right, because this particular woman had other people with her, other women, as a matter of fact, that were with her, that were armed, and they were hidden on bikes to take any passerby that were basically trespassing on their land. All right, as you can see right there, he goes, "Hey, that's bait." Okay, so when I see that particular scene play out, I think of the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 26. And it's not necessarily talking about the time that is to come, but it's going to play out again in that particular time that is to come. Okay, Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 26 reads, "And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her bands, Salaki, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth the Most High shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her." All right, and that's what you got to be in this truth, whether it be before or during Jacob's trouble. You got to be a discerner. You got to be able to discern what's bad and good, basically. Okay, and a lot of these women, boy, especially these strange women, they're really good when it comes to flattering with those words, and they're going to be able to still use that during the time of Jacob's trouble, when all hell breaks loose. Okay, because they use it during this particular time when so-called things are normal. All right, when you read the book of Proverbs chapter 2, starting at the 15th verse, it reads, "Whose ways are crooked, and they froward in their paths, to deliver thee from the strange woman, even from the stranger which flattereth with her words." All right, that's what she does. She has play on flattery. All right, it's very, very, very flirtatious. Verse 17, "Which forsaketh the guide of her youth, and forgetteth the covenant of her power. For her house inclineth unto death, and her paths unto the dead. None that go unto her return again, neither take they hold of the paths of life. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. A lot of Jakes and other nations, I should say too, are going to fall for all the little traps like this. Seeing a woman, being placed as bait, but actually being there to spring a trap. Okay, and the woman's known to do that. She knows what a man wants to hear. Okay, when you read the book of Proverbs chapter 5, even though this particular chapter goes into avoiding immorality, it's something that the woman has been become an expert of. Okay, Proverbs chapter 5 verse 1 reads, My son, attend unto my wisdom, and bow thine ear to my understanding, that thou mayest regard discretion. It's talking about being discreet, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman drop as an honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. See that? For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil. Like I said, the woman knows what a man wants to hear. She knows what a man wants to see. And that's why this woman's up here butt naked on this billboard, screaming as loud as she can, saying, hey, help me, because there's a lot of men out there say, oh my God, help you. I was like, let me get something in exchange for it, and that's what's going to be. A lot of these women are going to be playing those traps. Okay, reading on. Verse 4, but her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death, her steps take hold on hell. All right, and that's the grave. All right, and we know a lot of women that have set up little traps like that in the world that we live in today. A lot of men have either died or gone to prison as a result of some little game some woman was playing. And most of the time, she's out to get money, things of that sort. All right. But in that time when there's no food, no water, she's going to be trying to eat. All right. Or feed her kids or so forth. The list goes on and on. Okay. And it's that flattery of the tongue that you got to be careful of with this strange woman. Reading on, let's go one chapter forward in the book of Proverbs, chapter 6. This is also a warning unto adulterers, whether it be adulterers or adulteresses. Okay, Proverbs chapter 6, start at the 23rd verse, for it reads, For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. Okay, that's a really good chapter and some really good verses. Okay, because that's what she does. She's flattereth with her words. Okay. And she's trying to hunt for that precious life, and especially in this particular scene, she's trying to set up our heroes in this story. Okay, and you got to see this movie for yourself to see how the scene plays out. Okay, moving on, one chapter forward, talk about that flattery again. We'll go into the book of Proverbs, starting at the 7th chapter, 5th verse. That they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her words. Okay, so the writer of Proverbs, boy, he stayed on, watching what these women say. All right, and let's talk about that time, the time we're living now, and the time that is to come. Okay, because there's going to be women that are going to basically resort to that. That's the only way that she's going to know. Okay. And the Bible actually warns you of that. All right. Skipping down to verse 25 in the 7th chapter of Proverbs, it reads, Let not thine heart decline to her ways. Go not astray in her paths. Okay. Reading on, For she hath cast down many wounded. Yea, many strong men have been slain by her. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. You see that? Okay. And that's what ultimately what this girl's plan was. Okay. and her friends or cohorts that were helping her out with this particular scheme. Okay, to either kill you, take you for your food and your water, and so forth. But I'm just going to end it on this because I always like to end my videos on a good note with some type of silver lining, and there is light in the tunnel. So in other words, there is a happy ending, and basically we got to get through a lot of bad to get to the good. Okay, and there is going to be a time where there are going to be women coming to the men of the Lord, but basically they're going to be getting their own food and apparel and so forth, the things that they asked for on this end. When you read the book of Isaiah chapter 4 verse 1, it reads, "And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach." Okay, because it's going to get really bad out there, and these women are going to need protection. There's going to be women that aren't going to be thinking about laying traps like this. They're going to want to be protected because it's going to be a serious paradigm shift overnight, depending on what happens in the near future. Okay, when this Jacob's trouble plays out. Okay, well, you just got to check out this movie for yourself if you haven't done so already. It's Mad Max Fury Road, originally in May 2015, directed by George Miller. It's one of my favorite series, especially when it comes to post-apocalyptic movies. I know we're always bringing out certain other films, and I've never seen a video where someone's actually brought out this particular scene, so I wanted to just bring it out for myself and for you other brothers. I just wanted to share that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, who gives me the strength and the spirit to continue to strive and endure in these last days. Shalom to the hopeful elect, and on to the next video.